Hopefully we have Darren Waller in week 1. I'm starting to get confident that he will be there. Darren Waller spoke with the media earlier this week. This is something I like. He says he's learning to play with Tua Tagovailoa.
Just getting reps, man, getting time under tension, knowing how he's getting the ball off when he hits his drop. What that looks for me with my head around and having that ball come in, which I feel like was a great start today. And it's just time, just continuing to grind at it, and those things start to become second nature.
Got to grow that rapport between your quarterback and your receivers or tight ends, however you want to do that. And I know Tua is a lefty. I think a little bit's too much made of that, but every quarterback throws the ball a little different, has a different spin, has a different drop, has everything. So it's just Darren Waller now taking some time, getting some reps in. Seems like he really is ramping up, though, Vlad. From everything we're hearing, it's not a OBJ situation where it's a really slow plan. It seems like now things are starting to ramp up.
Well, hopefully.
We're gonna need you, Darren. We're gonna need you. Jonnu Smith's not here anymore. Darren Waller, remember, he sat out of football, retired for a while, went through some personal things. He says the time out of the game made him miss it that much more.
Absolutely. It helps me get like a new perspectives. Most people, unfortunately, you have to step away from things to gain a new perspective on it, and maybe not even unfortunately. I think that was what was necessary for me to see it in a different light. And to come back to this with a more open mind and just gratitude.
I think we're all glad that Darren Waller is back in the game. Number one, he can be helping us out on the offensive end. And number two, we don't need any more music from Darren Waller because,
hell no,
man, I was going to play some for you, but I'm not going to. No.
You want to ruin my ears.
I didn't want to ruin your day. He went through some things. Look, he had some substance abuse problems. He went through a divorce with Kelsey Plum. He lost his mind. He made some music.
That's a fumble.
Made some music. Was it a fumble?
That's a fumble. I mean, look, I don't know Kelsey. I'm just going by, from the outside.
He had a rough time.
I'm a big Kelsey Plum fan, man. Just like the University of Washington.
I like Kelsey Plum.
I wouldn't fumble that.
I mean, sometimes it's out of your control, man, Everybody's always like, how can you lose a girl like that? Or how can you lose a guy like that? It's like, it's not that easy. Relationships are hard, man. Darren Waller. I mean, what are you gonna do? Bend over backwards for someone? Maybe.
By the way, now
Kelsey Plum does seem kind of tough to deal with sometimes.
No,
I ain't gonna lie.
Whoa. I don't know that, but I will say this.
I will say that.
I will say this. Now I'm just having fun. I'm just entertaining. We always say that because when we think of somebody who's attractive, who's very beautiful, and especially when it comes to the ladies' part, it's like, oh, how can you break up with them, or why would you leave them? We're like, yeah, they're still a woman.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
Like they're still a human being.
If I had a woman like her, I'd never let her go. Sometimes it's not that easy,
and it's vice versa. So
yeah, she also might say peace,
and that's vice versa because we always see, I'm looking at it as a heterosexual male with the ladies, but we could look at it. It could be vice versa. A heterosexual woman could be like, "Oh, you have a beautiful man. Hey, you know what?
Right.
A man could be a man,
or whatever. Relationships.
Right. Humans are humans. So therefore, as great as they look, as rich as they can be, as all successful as they can be, they're still a human. They still cause headaches.
Man,
you still need a Tylenol.
That's why you got to respect Stedman Grant for all of his hard work.
You got to shout out to Stedman, man. Shout out to Stedman.
Did they ever actually get married?
Why would he?
I would never. Well,
he's good. That's the thing that people don't understand. Stedman got bread. He don't got
Oprah
he
actually
bread.
is a very successful man.
Right, he don't got Oprah bread, but he got bread.
He got Oprah though.
But he got Oprah though. That's it. And he don't cry. He does his thing.
I give Stedman Grant a lot of credit for a lot of things.
Shout out to Stedman, man.
Let's give a shout out to Austin Jackson. He's been hurt most of the preseason. Was there ever a doubt, though, that he'd be back for week 1?
Is there any doubt in your mind about week 1? You playing?
Nope.
I like it, Vlad. Nope. I'll be back.
That's a Vlad answer right there. Nope.
Nope. No. He thought about it. He goes, nope.
Nope. I like that. I like that, bro.
Austin Jackson. I like your style, Austin Jackson.
Straight to the point, man.
Protect to his blind
By
side,
the way,
please.
I like the Austin Jackson over these past 5 years. Went from the shy, kid to like a man now. Like he's a man.
His body's changed a lot too. Like he's become a very, very fit NFL player. Yeah.
But his voice, his persona, his stature, like he's the guy that we all go to talk about the offensive line. He's the he's the alpha of the O-line, I would say.
He answers it, man.
He answers it. He answers it right. Because remember, this is the guy that Brian Flores was ripping when Flores was the coach, and him and Tua were getting ripped, and then now they're the guys who've remained on this roster and have become big parts of this roster. So yeah, it's good to see Austin Jackson, have his voice be heard, and when he says something, it means something.
Oh, absolutely. Man, he's really gone through, transitioned into being a big-time NFL player, and hopefully he can stay healthy and be a big-time offensive lineman this year for the Miami Dolphins, because we're going to need him. Speaking of big-time, Jordan Brooks, he's a great linebacker for this team. He's going into his second year, and he says this Dolphins team is the closest team he has ever been a part of.
Yeah, y'all see basketball goes in here? That's part of the chemistry. Just doing everything we can to just kind of get that tight knit. And all the teams that I've been on, even the 4 teams I was in Seattle in my second year here, this has been the closest. And I think it's because it's been intentional, but also natural. It hasn't been, hey, you go hang out with him today, or you go hang out with him. It's just been natural bond of guys wanting to win and building that chemistry so they can show up on the field.
I do like to hear that this team is close. He says that it was intentional, but it was natural. Well, what is it, though, Jordan?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude,
we need to have a good chemistry, but let it come natural. Go good chemistry. And another thing is, Vlad, have you ever heard a player preseason be like, last year's team was stronger, better, more fit, more together? Like, nobody's going to say that stuff.
Man. Like, I'm hating that, because this is why. Dan, let's talk about this. For 3 seasons,
dogs.
Mike McDaniel coached his team, right? 2 of those seasons they went to playoffs, right? First season 9-8, second season 11-6. So they were improving, right? Last season, due to many circumstances, it wasn't a good season. All right, I could understand you have a bad season, you might want to change things, but now you got to change everything. It's almost like you're changing it's almost an overall change. I don't want to hear that, because what you're telling me when they were, the last 2 years when they're doing the player poll about the team, and they were the number 1 team that everybody wanted to play for. Dolphins had an A as for facilities, everything. It didn't amount to nothing. It didn't amount to a playoff win, a division title, none of that. So now you're telling me that you're changing things. You're looking to be. You're not. It's not intentional. It's organic that they want to hang out with each other.
No.
What was Vic Fangio saying a couple of years ago?
They were partying too much.
So what is it?
I think what it is we're seeing a series of events. It started with Tyreek Hill last year walking out on the team at the end of the game.
But that's Tyreek. I expect that.
It made notice. The Dolphins said, wait a second, something's not right here. They looked around the room, and I hate to throw him under the bus, but Jalen Ramsey, they looked and said, hold up, we've got some issues here. They looked around the room and said, hold up, we need to change some things. That's what's been our problem. Maybe that's what's been holding us back these past couple of years from winning a playoff game, from winning the division, from going on. And now they're going through a series of events of getting Tyreek Hill bought in, getting rid of people who they consider problems, getting the right people in, and getting the right attitude in, hoping that will change the fortune of this team. That's the way I see it. But any player that ever tells you this team's bigger, stronger, more together, this is the closest I've ever been, what are they going to say? What are they supposed to say? What would it be like, Vlad, if Tua comes out and goes, this team's not as good as some of the other teams I've been on, and we really aren't trying that hard in preseason, but we'll hope to figure it out. What would that go? How would that go?